Hey, cuties! Welcome back to another playthrough of Tokyo Afterschool Summoners. We are going to be looking at the content that are released for part 1 of new semester. Let us hop right in. As per usual, if there's anything wrong with the sound, let me know. Hello, Eagle Knock. Wrong. Oh, right. Sorry. What was that? Logging down space. Oh my god, same again. Right, but now that it's 11, I should have received some awards, hopefully. Let us go ahead and look at the login rewards before we do anything else. So, as it is a campaign, you should be logging in every day. You'll be receiving a bunch of awards. Not really that much stones, but you will, for logging in at any point of the campaign, receive 2 AR little summon tickets as well as 2 little summon tickets. The other awards are more auxiliary, such as this, but some of them can be good, like the Gold Line certificates. Yeah, they're pretty good, but they're not like amazing, so still worth logging in. But yeah, oh, congrats on securing Ja, Kim-chan. We are going to actually, let me just fetch all them. I'm leaving without taking my items. Thank you so much. Hello, Audley. Yeah, let's go ahead and review the new banners. So first off the bat, everyone absolutely loves this equip banner that is featuring a bunch of returning ARs. I'm gonna just discuss what these do off the top of my head. You know, obviously they're not that important, but might as well since it's new just for this campaign. New. It's a pickup featuring some old equips. 2 5-stars. The Kuniyoshi Kushi, what's it called, South Korean propaganda AR, which is essentially it lets you pull units in and has a chance of charming them in slash range, I believe. That's not really consistent timing wise because the pull happens after the charm application, I believe. But outside of that, we also have the Kurugane Amatsumara AR, which applies stackable attack up status. Not very great for the attack up boost since it takes time over several turns to get up, and it's also not guaranteed per stack. However, it is decent if you just want a free buff to activate after buff effects. Let's call this AR here, the Arachne Suzuka AR. It's pretty good actually. It lets you preservation and it lets you heal both yourself as well as the allies around the one equipping this every time they're buffed. Very low rate, very low amount of HP, but you know, it can go crazy if you just have a shit ton of buffs. Then we have the Tada Tomo Kotaro Oze AR. I think this is like maybe a low rate of crit. Honestly, I forget. It's not too important. But yeah. And then there's 2 3-star ARs whose effects I frankly can't really remember. Maybe one of them is like Spirit and CP for the Benten one, and I don't know, maybe there's some sort of... I honestly can't even remember what the Margist Kenta one does. But yeah, let's get out of here. Yes, indeedy, this is one of the worst login campaigns we've had, but it's free stuff, so just log in anyways, I don't know to tell you. Good to see you, Harvey, and Aurora, I believe it may be new-ish. I don't think I've seen you too often if I have seen you before. But yeah, more importantly, let us talk about the new units everyone's looking forward to. So, just to clarify, this is part 1, which means, as per tradition for new semester, we should be expecting 2 banners. However, the overlap between them is going to be very little, if at all. So, you know, don't expect to have much strategizing power if you want to pull for this one versus the other one. The other one will also feature 4 new units. We don't know who they're going to be. Presumably, there's going to be another limited unit, but we'll just have to see. But yeah, we're talking a bit too far in the future. That's going to happen next week for the 2-week campaign. For this week, we have these bozos. So let's go ahead and review them at a cursory level because I will cover them much more detailed in a discussion as well as a proper video much later on. But yeah, let us open up these slides. Or starting off with, God, I should have reviewed how they pronounce their names. I believe this guy's name is pronounced Nisroch, something like that. It's the chef. You can just call him Nisroch if you don't really want to bother that. But yeah, it's Nisroch, and he is essentially somewhere found in the Bible at some point in terms of like he was the god of agriculture, but then he's turned into demon. Anyway, that's enough lore. He, more importantly, is kind of like a bit like Babylon's Zhangxi variant in terms of being able to apply immobility to their allies. It's that's not a great status since it's only like a slow charge fill over time effect. But he does happen to also bestow Ardor onto allies on rival, as well as arousal to allies on that same range. Pretty good. There's also acceleration, but I'm not a fan of that because as you can see with acceleration, it does not match the range of anything else in his kit. Which is unfortunate because if he did have that, then he'd be like the first unit to have like all of the CP buffs in the game. So immobility gives 12 CP per turn, arousal gives 10, acceleration gives 8, and Ardor gives 5. But yeah, that acceleration you're probably not ever gonna be practically using because you want to keep everyone in the front line with them. Since he is a backline triple column clear support, as is per tradition, kind of like Ketchi or many other units, he gives vigor, concentration, and limit in this turn cycle. And if you don't know the significance of that, essentially vigor is a 3-turn buff, concentration is a 2-turn buff, and limit is a 1-turn buff. So essentially, he's gonna sort of ramp up every 3 turns before he gets back down to only having just vigor applied to allies. So that is a good amount, but only on turn 3. Maybe it'd be good for farming if there's like a strong enemy or boss in phase 3. Otherwise, I mean, he should be strong for the first 4 turns in general because he will have Ardor to allies in first turn. So everyone will have ideally at least 2 buffs in the first turn, since he can be positioned and miss to apply those buffs appropriately. Much better than that crappy turn start timing. Everybody hates turn start for triple column clear sports. But yeah, so to give an idea, he's a bit like Yobi with the cycling buffs, except, cycling statuses rather. Ramps up every 3 turns, and then goes back down, ramps up every 3 turns. It's a lot of damage amp for a 4-star. The main caveat is that you can't really have them all up constantly for every turn. And bizarrely enough, one last thing is he has poison reversal to allies in the same range. So if... By the way, Shennong is the only person, I believe, that can apply poison to allies. Well, really, he's the only other person who can apply poison reversal. But was Nisroch finally applying it? We have another one, but he does not apply poison to allies, surprisingly. So it is peculiar as to why poison reversal is there. It's not very easy to apply poison to allies, mind you. You need Ring Shennong, and at that point, he already applies poison reversal. Maybe there's another unit I'm forgetting that can apply poison to allies. But, yeah, maybe it's a sort of predicting there will be more units in the future, like maybe in part 2 that will be inflicting poison to allies. We have no idea. But this, as Harvey is saying, it's quite a peculiar hit in terms of kind of making Babylon obsolete, as well as being bizarre with the poison reversal for lore reasons. What lore? I mean, I read his lore. I can't tell you what the lore is with that, but whatever. But yeah. Other than that, if you like beefy dudes, as you can see in this art, he is quite very much Ox-like, so. A very kind of acquired taste for manliness. I like him, but not super like him, but I wouldn't dislike getting him. But yeah, the rest of his kit, it's kind of whatever. He has extended movement and essentially lots of buffs, ramping, and a bit of it's a bit quirky, and he has a lot of charge fill over time too. Triple complicated support, use them for tall maps. Alright, I think I spent too much time on this unit. Let's move on to the next one. We are going to be talking about Xiwangmu. So Xiwangmu, she is essentially a bit like Sanzo or Lianen. Well, more like Sanzo because she can apply a crit, aka a damaged amp, a pretty decent one, to the one ally ahead of her during turn start. So she does not need to move to be able to apply it, which is convenient for amplifying a single damage ally. I mean, we're looking at Nisroch here, and he applies like at least 2 buffs to all allies every for the first 3 turns. So maybe that's questionably useful with crit, but that is her main thing. Which, well, maybe it's not her main thing. It complements the new healing skill, which we first saw was Choji's evolution, which I did not discuss yet. We'll look forward to that in proper discussion. But essentially, Choji's evolution during the previous campaign had introduced a new effect paradigm where allies, anyone really, can now apply effects that does percent-based healing. And it seems Xiwangmu here, after moving, can heal units for 25% of their HP. That is pretty good depending on the situation. Like, you have to remember that healing is restricted to like usually, you know, healing over time is maybe 800 at best per turn. And then you have like good heals, which is maybe like 1500. But then like you have like the most massive HP pools in the game, which like go up to like 12,000. So if you're healing 25% of that, that's like 3,000 healing per turn every time you move. So it's obviously best on tanks, on challenges that just take a lot of HP. But it's also pretty good for when you are using affiliations, because everyone's health pools are just so inflated due to affiliation bonuses. They can reach like the 30,000 level, things like that even. And at that point, it's not impractical to be healing people for their full health bar if they're taking massive damage using just your standard heals. So percent-based healing can sort of help that work out for if you are using affiliations and for some reason are getting fucked HP-wise. The rest of it is like she has massive defensive potential to her entire team, if only for the first turn of each phase, due to her protection board-wide as well as tenacity on a decent range on phase start, and the effect of inflicting dazzle to units that are hit on the very first turn of battle. So if you're not board wiping or you're not able to hit everyone, you're gonna miss out on that other amp. How useful is it to have a defensive amp on turn 1? I mean, it's the most important turn to be having it, but you know, it's also kind of important if you are tanking damage to have defense for more than just one turn, because otherwise you're not doing like an instant wipe setup at that time. You're doing a tank setup, and you don't want to like last as long as possible. So it's kind of questionably useful. I was never a fan of this like turn 1 defense that only lasts for turn 1. I believe some other units like have it, like Gold Pakula's base kit. There's also an AR that does it. I believe even units like what's his name? The half mask dude. It's gonna kill me. It's not Jirai, but it's his friend. Anyways, that dude also has some sort of like one-turn defense, I believe. It's not great. She has guts, no one cares, and she has decent healing, and she has some chargeable. So yeah, the most important things that are unique to her are going to be her crit without needing to move to the one ally ahead of her. You know, just Nisroch is better in that case, or the healing that is quite good. But yeah, it's it might be going a bit humble here, or you know, a bit safe with the healing, because I mean, if you're taking that much damage, suddenly you may want to have like more healing than just 25% per turn. Because as little as the healing is for other units' effects, the point is you can normally like stack that healing with numerous other effects. So just like one-time healing per turn. We'll see if that actually works out effectively or not. She is a 4-star after all, so maybe that's why they're making this a bit safe. Anyways, enough of this. You know, talking about the 4 stars. Let's move on to the main meat that everyone wants to hear about. Starting with Bohemio. So I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I did have to look it up. I think it's like Spanish or something. But yeah, not Bohemio, not Bohemian Raspberry, but Bohemio. So Bohemio is through and through a tank. They normally only release these tank-based units on new semester, but you know, Bohemio at least is like 100% unapologetically a tank. They kind of like forced some damage utility on other units like Amaterasu in the past, but or you know, just made them bad at everything like Prometheus. But yeah, Bohemio, very poor when it comes to damage amp or personal damage, but he has excellent damage mitigation. How useful is that? Questionable normally, but we will see based on the new drop quests, which we'll be talking about in a bit. But yeah, the summary is tanks may be actually useful in this game, but well, you know, don't get your hopes up too soon. It's possible though. So starting off with his mitigations. So overall, I'm saying he's a tank because he has just a lot of mitigations he can stack. He has Vanity Strengthening, which reduces damage in half if allies have the Vanity, but she applies if he doesn't move. It's a decent range, but because it's something he has to be applying without being shuffled around, that means if you need to move your team to the center, you might miss out a turn of Vanity Strengthening there. Then he has Darkness at a very large infliction range, which is kind of unique to him. It's not the entire board, but it's like some super mega magic range. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a 2-square diamond radius that is like center 2 squares out of him. And besides that, he has 2 other amps which are slightly, or defense amps which are slightly harder to take advantage of, or rather damage mitigations. He has Dazzle to enemies, but he needs to hit with his blow range, so that's not happening. Unless you're like literally just fighting someone directly in front of you. And then there is protection to allies self as well as to allies directly adjacent to him. So this one is pretty easy to activate. It's just a bit difficult to apply to all allies because it is only to adjacent. But it is a convenient timing in the very least. You'll probably be taking advantage of that protection if you're not going to be taking advantage of Vanity for a turn. So that is 4 mitigations. To give you context on that, that is the same amount that Amaterasu has on herself. And I was glowing about Amaterasu because of how much they were tanking. That's like, she had protection and defense up and adamantine and tenacity, all the standard buffs for increasing defense. Bohemio has a mix of both the defense amps that are unique as well as damage mitigations inflicted on the enemy. The same amount though. In fact, some of these status are just more effective than the defense amps by slightly better multipliers. And unlike Amaterasu, who only gives like 1 defense amp to the team, Bohemio is able to apply all these damage mitigations that everyone in your team can enjoy. So that's quite strong. The catch, unlike Amaterasu, who has that board wipe thing going on when she does stall enough, Bohemio has only Ardor to allies if he misses. So surprisingly, unapologetically an exclusive tank because, while that's a nice convenient timing and an okay range, it is just Ardor and it is literally his only damage amp in his thing. So that's something. He has extended movement to help you move in turn 1, which you won't be taking advantage of if you do. It works out with his movement disabling resistance. And on his charge, which he can get occasionally quickly because of his chargeful effect, he can also kind of apply a sort of what's called single target evasion on the enemy. It doesn't make them have defense, but more so it reduces their damage as if they were attacking enemies that had evasion, because it reduces damage into 1/100th of its original value if you inflict on me. And because it's a unique status, it might actually be something that would be good on certain bosses that normally would remove all buffs or debuffs. But yeah, the rest of the effects are kind of just there. Remove all buff is nice, but he's not going to be doing much damage anyways. So, yeah. Bohemio's hot though, so definitely I'm interested in getting him. But yeah, don't be fooled. He's like an exclusive tank. If you are just playing for gameplay here, wondering gameplay wise if you want to pull them or not, Bohemio, historically in any previous quest, maybe he wouldn't be great, but maybe for actually he doesn't really need to move for any of his defense amps, so that's quite unique too for like a multi defense mit unit. Usually you need to move at least for some of it, but that's situationally useful for previous challenges in the game. I hope this sort of a new drop quest takes off, which we'll talk about soon again. But yeah, let me just review these comments quickly. Wow, that's not a good off-banner 5-star Kaiser. Unfortunate. Nisroch, you're hoping for Mr. Bear, Jack Frost, which we only talked about in a second. Xiwangmu Bear. Someone told me that Jack Frost was being drawn by Gamma, and I was like, what do you mean? I actually believed it for a second, but I guess I misheard for Xiwangmu Bear. Actually, Xiwangmu Bear is not Jack Frost, that's a Bohemio, right? I don't know whoever was smoking, like whatever they were smoking by saying that Jack Frost was drawn by Gamma. Congrats on getting Jack Frost. He's obviously the more traditionally strong unit. We'll talk about that right now, actually. Unfortunately, he did not get Nisroch. But, since Nisroch is permanent, you can just get him from Anniversary, if anything. But yeah, so lastly, we will be talking about Jack Frost. So, to note, he is, as tradition, the bait unit of New Semester, because he is the limited unit of New Semester. If you fail to get him now, then you won't be able to get him off banner anytime, including his 3-star. And the issue with that is, of course, unless you're a hyper, well, it probably won't affect you because you're not going to be getting anyone off banner. But because he's limited, there's a good chance you'll be able to pull him later on as well, because historically, they have always reprinted limited units at least once. I'm saying historically, but it's only been the past few years. So Masashi printed for Anniversary one time, and he also as well as Quantum, and then he had some random new pickup alongside a bunch of other units when the chapter banner got translated. And you can probably expect the same thing for Kyoma and Kura at some point, but there are some other units I'm forgetting that had that tradition, like what's it called, slashing guy. The guy from the guy that wants to kill MC. I already forgot his name. God, my memory's not great today. But yeah, let's finally talk about Jack Frost. Sorry to delay that. So Jack Frost is the first board wiper in the game who has the most convenient conditions for his board wipe in terms of not Shiva, but sorry, the guy from the Berserkers who tried to kill MC in chapter 14. Starts with a B, I'm pretty sure. Who has a pet dragon. But yeah, that guy, he was also limited. He was only a 4-star, but yeah, he printed like 3 or 4 times, which is funny. He's from Yggdrasil. My god, I'm awful. Alright, fine. If we're gonna be remembering it right now, I might as well think about it. I remember fucking Worm, his dragon, but I don't remember the guy's name. That's so sad. Beowulf, that's it. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, yeah. Beowulf. Yeah, he's a character, but he printed several times despite being limited. So if you fail to get the Jack Frost, he should print once because he's only 5-star and they only print these limited 5-stars once. But conveniently for Jack Frost, he has face start, weapon change, all. And that is excellent because no other unit has a face start condition for all range for that are board wipers. We have Kalki, who is when he's debuffed. So that's a bit, not necessarily convenient to set up. You need to bring a dedicated debuffer, ally debuffer for that. Then there is, Shiva, who you either need to move if it's his variant, or you need like someone like Rio to plug behind him to get his charge off constantly. You have those like one-turn board wipers like Christine or Jurong or Krampus, who can get the charge up quickly after. Then you have like Oscar, very good, but you are not allowed to shuffle him. It's if he needs to be like stationary the entire time unless he has his charge. So that can be inconvenient for sure. And then you have Xiwangmu, who needs to move to get his own range. So Jack Frost is unique. This is probably his best fight. This is why I'm lingering on it because the rest of his kit is. but he does in fact have the best timing for weapon change all because he kind of just like exists, and whether you move him or you don't move him, or like unlike Hawkman, who only lasts for the first turns of the entire battle, Jack Frost can potentially last with all range for the entire battle as long as you're wiping every time. But yeah, very strong effect for weapon change that's just conveniently there. That is to look at the amps. He inflicts freeze on enemies when he attacks. That is guaranteeable, so skill C for sure. And if he has his charge, then he also applies freeze to all the enemies. The significance of that is because on his charge, he also applies a different type of freeze stack, which he can apply on top of the base freeze. And apparently he removes all buffs on charge, which is quite nice, but you cannot stall with that because he has an all-range charge. But yeah, outside, well, I guess he could like skill lock him or charge lock him or something. But yeah, he has freeze advantage as well. So his only amps are going to be that freeze, his freeze on charge, that's a different stack, which is not much of an extra amp, and his freeze advantage, which will, stack on both of those freezes. How quickly does he build his charge? He only really builds his charge when he misses on miss 50 CP. So fills his meter halfway every time he misses. He doesn't have combo or anything, so he doesn't need to miss for like 2 long turns in order to get his charge up again within that phase. So hopefully you're wiping within each phase instantly and you don't have to rely on his charge. He does have a slow way of building his charge every time he's debuffed with his own vanity, but that is kind of like piddling, to be honest. And also not reliable whatsoever. Jesus, 40%, 60%, awful. Such a weird vanity exploitation. This might be one of the worst vanity exploitations in this game because, vanity's been traditionally very good to applying after triggering after debuff effects, like with Aizen's Evo. But what's it called? Jack Frost here is kind of applying it just for some very shitty effects that are also very low rate, and it's just the one debuff. It's not great. But yeah, outside of that, what's it called? He does have some auxiliary effects that are questionably useful, but depending on your team setup, can be funny. He has both Drain and Obstruct on the board, although they're applied in slightly different ways. And, Ozzy also does that in his own way, I believe. But, now that you have a board wiper, you can maybe use it more practically for farming to, reduce the effects of annoying, or reduce the rates of annoying effects like darkness or confusion from those missing mobs. Outside of that, we also have his ability to remove buffs, so he does have a decent utility, although it's not guaranteeable, unfortunately. But 80% very close to guaranteeable if you want to get rid of certain buffs like evasion or guts or something like that. And lastly, he has a flat damage effect, which essentially is exactly like Amaterasu, so it's a different status, so they can stack really. But every time the enemy is debuffed, they receive some flat damage. And he, as I mentioned, he does imply both obstruct and drain, but also freeze on top of that, and also freeze on his charge. So that is a lot of debuffs he can be potentially applying. 2 out of 3 of them that you can get outside of his charge are guaranteeable, so it's pretty decent for flat damage. 1,000 isn't too much, but in the right team, it could amount to a lot. So maybe consider pairing him up with, I would suggest, Amaterasu, who has the same sort of status, just a different ID, so they can't stack, as well as Summer Arachne, who has a similar effect. Yeah, it could be good. You'd be doing like 2,500 damage per debuff at that point, and you're inflicting like 3-4 debuffs on the entire board, maybe even 5. I don't know. It's a meme though. Maybe I'll just demonstrate it at some point much later. But yeah, Jack Frost is limited, so if you think you saw it, despite being a polar bear, then use all your stones. I don't know. He is a board wiper. These are kind of restrained because despite being a board wiper who has the most convenient timing, he doesn't have the best stamps, but he does have a lot of fun extra utility on top of that. So he might be more useful than just for farming, is what I'm saying. So. Oh, the yapping is getting to me. Okay, so my targets for this banner, and as well as what I'm willing to spend, I'm going to be spending 100 stones on stream right now. I'm hoping to get Bohemio and Jack Frost. I don't think they're exceptionally strong, but I just think they're hot. I especially think Bohemio is hot. Oh my god, have you heard Bohemio's voice acting? I'm just like I'm nutting right now hearing it, or imagining it in my head. But yeah, Bohemio is, Jesus Christ. I also love his style too. He's so cool. I love Bohemio. I mean, normally I'm kind of like a bit turned off by the heterochromia because it's like, edgy, cool, like, it's a bit much, right? But he does it kind of well to accentuate his sort of like exoticness. Maybe that's inappropriate to say, but I kind of like his vibe for sure. Jack Frost is also cool. He's doing like that Ahaga. It's kind of funny. I like him. Everyone likes Jack Frost. I definitely like Bohemio more though. But yeah, 100 stones because I don't think they're that great. Even if I do like them. I do want everyone's 3-star, of course, though. Let me just read the chat before I start. You're insane now? You didn't get Jack? Well, yeah. L. Who's the most must-pull in a banner? No one's really must-pull. If someone you didn't want pull, though, it would probably be Jack Frost, but, if you have some other board wiper, you don't need Jack Frost. Bohemio shares the same VA with someone, but you forgot off the top of your head. But yeah, his voice acting is just incredible. One of my favorite in this entire game. Meanwhile, it's like everyone was hyping up, oh my gosh, it's like Jack Frost is voicing Legoshi, and it's like, oh cool, I have heard of Legoshi before. I never watched his anime, but I read the manga. And then I hear his PV trailer, and then it's just like the most normal voice ever. I'm like, okay, sure. Let's see your next character. Oh, holy shit, Bohemio's voice though. Anyways, let's go. 100 stones. Aiming for the 5 stars as well as all the 3 stars. Maybe I'll spend like 10. I'll spend 10 tickets is fine. I don't need to go crazy. I don't actually like the kits that much to pull more than that. Hey, Xiwangmu. So I don't need to pull 4 or 3 star anymore. Why is she so smug? Why is she so smug? Oh my god.
だけどもう大丈夫。頼れるママに甘えなさい。
Does lavender syrup actually change the taste of a latte? I am not a hipster enough to even know what that tastes like. Anyway, sorry for talking over Xiwangmu. I do think Xiwangmu's voice acting is pretty good too. Well, maybe not good's the right word. More like very noticeable because of how like hyper mature it sounds. Like And she's like such a short stack. She's like, she could be like up to knee level. And she's like talking like she's your grandmother or something. It's crazy. Anyways, let's move on to more polls, singles. This is a rare unit. Garbage. Goodbye, Hati. She gives old lady doing Tai Chi exercises in the park. I love that. That's perfect. You didn't realize Bohemio had heterochromia until you mentioned it. Honestly, you think it's nice though? Usually characters who have are obnoxiously bright eye color. Yeah, I think the subtle like black, the dark shade of it is quite nice. Also, there is Nisroch.
俺はニスロク。禁断のメニュー完成のため、食材求め東へ西へ東京中を放浪する流れの三つ星料理先生だ。さあ、俺のキッチンカーの助手先へお座りよ。
Okay, I can better hear it. What this voice actor is going for. I'm pretty sure this is Takumi Nakata's voice actor, but he literally he just sounded exactly like Takumi Nakata during his PV. But at least here he's doing like a bit of a gruffer thing, so he's less of a goofball than Takumi Nakata is at least. More of a what's it called? Thick kind of gruff man. Nisroch and Takumi Nakata? I mean, yeah, I see. They do have the same voice actor. Thank you for confirming. Maybe Hati will get their artists is never coming back evolution. For real. Alright, Maria. Bring us something good. Xiwangmu. Ooh, this is gonna be... It's catchy. Catchy. Oh my gosh. I was looking up how, Gaelic pronunciation the other day again, and it was like the most confusing shit ever. Even when I knew all the rules, it took me like 40 seconds to like remember what everything was and to pronounce a single word. Another rare unit. It's on banner. I love him! Oh my god! Oh my god, the fucking purple light jump scare for 5-star. How do I put this fucking house? Bohemio, what are you doing? You're too soon, I haven't even done any multis yet. Okay, cool game. I love this game. Alright, everyone shut up, everyone shut up. I need to hear his voice. Everyone needs to hear his voice. If you haven't heard his voice yet, be prepared to wet your pants.
ようやく会えたな。誰やるだいく。俺はボヘミオ。自由民族の冠なき王。荒川ワンダラーズのギルドマスターをやっている。
Oh my god, I love his voice. That's Hippolyta's voice actor? What the fuck? Hippolyta sounds just like some dweeb. Granted, I still like Hippolyta's voice actor, but he's very chill and relaxed and muted. But holy shit, he's like, damn, I'm dripping right now. Anyway, awesome. You tried to. Oh yeah, you totally cursed me, but thanks for the counter curse, I guess. That's Skrillex. Wow. Honestly, I was just I'm kind of dressed like this because I used to wear this a lot more often, but then I was just like, let's try something new. But then I saw Jack Frost's costume. I was like, yeah, what's it called? These thingies, these overall thingies, suspenders. They're kind of hot. So yeah, this is a Jack Frost homage. But yeah, God, oh my God, I'm just like mesmerized by that voice. Did I get Jack Frost? It would be nice if I get him, but I'm not gonna cry over it. I already like redeemed the Oscar, so it's like, would it be nice to shuffle all range units around? It would be. Okay, Kaguzushi, goodbye. But do I need it? I also have, if I want to shuffle units, I also have Kyoma too. So I don't think Jack Frost is toppling Kyoma anytime soon. Hello, Xiwangmu. suspenders. Sorry, my English has really been shit lately. I don't know. Like, it's been like 3 or 4 years since I've been in like an academic environment. And I feel like my, what's called, ability to think more snappily and think of the right words is just like failing me lately, and also that's as a sauce. Anyways, let's go ahead and do I still wanted... I mostly wanted Bohemio. I guess I'll do one multi for Jack Frost, and if I feel like it after, I'll do one more. But yeah, that was 10 tickets. Let's do our multis next. I don't know why I said it like that. Maybe it's aging. It could be aging, but hello Bohemio, 3-star. Let's hear his voice again. Alright, we need to do the full multi thing. Retro. Make sure you say, yeah, oh, you get Jack Frost. Do this. Ooh, that's fancy. Okay. Oh, hi, Shamash. I will pass. I will not Shamash, I will pass. Hello, Nodens. I mean, you know, it's a free 5-star. It's a infinite type, so it be. Do you have to repeat what you said about the guaranteed 5-star trick? I don't know about the guaranteed 5-star trick, but hey, finally, 3-star Jack Frost. I was forgetting I need to pull for him still. Awesome. I don't really think there's any more oof to be had here since I already have 5-star Bohemio, the one I want on most. Okay, chat, you decide. If I don't get Jack Frost from this multi, should I do one more multi? Chat, you decide my fate. My life is in your hands. Oscar being fun point. It is a bust.
ようやく会えたな。誰オルドイク。俺はボヘミオ。自由民族の冠なき王。荒川ワンダラーズのギルドマスターをやっている。
The hottest fucking voice in this entire game. Not even a competition. I think Harvey has a good point though. Maybe there's like only gonna be 1 day of overlap, but that 1 day is enough for me to pull if part 2 is shit. So. Oh, I skipped by accident. I didn't even hear Jack Frost's voice. Oopsie. We'll go ahead and review his thinking right after. Don't do it. Who knows if there's gonna be something super hot. Honestly, I think Jack Frost and Bohemio is hotter than anyone from who's been in gay BB jail so far, who's predicted to come out, or who could come out. But with that said, they might release a unit that we've never seen before. Yeah, let's quickly clear because my stamina is about to cap. And review Jack Frost's voice because I accidentally skipped it. Oopsie. Let's go ahead and sort this by event. Jack Frost, where are you? Why is there so many units being shown here? Oh yeah, it's because that's not helpful at all, never mind. Jack Frost is going to be Ether 3-star. Maybe he's none? Yeah, he is. Summoning memories, please play your voice function over here. Hello? Oh, there it is.
俺はジャック・フロストだ。グラフィティアートを送る謎のストリートサンタ。なんちゃってな。待ってたぜ、俺のサモだ。いつかの冬の約束通り、お前と契約してやるよ。
Yep, that's definitely a voice. It's not bad, but it's not like, TV star notably interesting. But supposedly he has a different expression or voice. So let's go ahead and check that out. If he changes his expression. Not his expression. If he changes his skin. Does it only come with this one that he has help voices? I don't even know.
アイスをどうぞ。 ベアハグしよ
Okay, that's him.
ベアハグしよ
This is definitely the mascot Jack Frost voice line.
ヒヤヒヤフロスティとのグリーティングはこっちだぞ夢と氷とモフモフのスノーランドへいらっしゃい超氷菓子ファーフロスト
I mean, I'm not sure if I like it more, but it's definitely different. Sorry, but as much as that voice is interesting, I want to see you in your super hot suspenders. Yum. I will change everyone else's skills on my own time. Anywho, let's not forget why we're actually here. Let's go ahead and team build for... I mean, everyone's here for the bullets, let's be honest. But as I mentioned, where I was hinting at, there is going to be 2 different sets of drop quests. One of them is just your traditional set where you're supposed to clear as fast as possible. I believe this may be it, but the other one... Okay, yeah, this is a large map. And why is it a large map? It's not because they expect you to warp pipe, although you can with Jack Frost. It's because it's going to be a single phase and they just expect you to survive for 3 turns. So this is the new type of quest that I've never done before, for farming anyways, where they expect you just to merely survive. So this is going to be good for units like Bohemio, which I got. Bohemio, yeah, Bohemio. Anyway, let's go team build for our offensive team, I guess. By the way, there's not really any reason to build for both, since in effect they both give the same amount of drops, and every unit boosts both equally the same amount. However, if you're lacking some units and you have more tanks, then you may want to do this one instead, and if you have more damage dealers, you may want to do this tall map instead. Okay, let's go ahead and hop right in and build teams for our offensive team. And because it's going to be offensive, as obviously we are going to be seeking out Bohemio, who has any AR, since any AR boosts, there is no bonus AR that boosts it further. Bohemio... Don't want rank EXP though. Let's go boost party EXP, I guess. The only reason I don't want rank EXP, even though I normally would, is because I'm like about to reach the maximum amount. When you reach maximum rank, you don't hoard any extra rank EXP after that. It just remains at the cap. So that's like feels like a major waste to me. So I'd rather not get rank EXP at this point. But yeah, let's go ahead and build our team. I wish there was a way to filter for, not for the, generic ass units that boosts everything. Did I even get any 4 stars? No, I didn't I? I literally only got a Bohemio and that's it. That's fucked. Whatever. Fuck this game. Okay, so who can equip what's its? So Bohemio is going to be an all-around thingy, and he is a tank, but I need to bring him enemies because he does give it a good boost. I will be replacing you, Kengo, not you. Yeah, I'll be leveling you up, so you might as well take the boost there. And we also have our 3 stars, which do give more boosts than the generic units that are the summoners. I believe the summoners all give 10%, but if it's any of the banner units, they give 20%. The 3 stars, that is. So the 3 stars for this are going to be Xiwangmu, who is a water unit, I believe. I don't know her weapon type. Shot, I guess. Oh boy, I feel a sneeze coming in. I need to drink some water. One last temple? Nah. I really don't care about Xiwangmu or Nisroch's kits that much. And, they're only okay design-wise. I have the 3-star though if I want to indulge in their kits, or their appearance rather. Alright. Gamer moment. So we are leveling him. You're keeping Lucky Cat because he gives a coin bonus. Very important. Actually, never mind. There's no coin being dropped for this quest, I believe. So, I'm gonna replace you with you. We can place you. Can go with who is Jack Frost. He is going to be Ether None. And he can replace you with... What is the other one? Nisroch. He is going to be... What is his type? Not fire. Is he Nether? I think he's Nether. Oh, there you are. There's a lot of Nun units in this banner. What the fuck? Not using a cool Jack Frost. I mean, I normally would for the rank XP, but I'm here to level units. I do not need rank XP. Why aren't you using the event bonus filter again? The event bonus filter? I am. Am I not? Well, I guess there's this too, but... Oopsie. Well, that doesn't really help filter it that much. Why is there even an all section? What is the point of that? And why is it still showing a bunch of units? Actually, never mind. I remember they said there was some sort of bug where it's still showing units that shouldn't be shown. Very cool, LifeWonders. Anyways, this is obviously not a functional team right now, so let's go fix it up a bit. Let's go. If you're wondering, I did move, at some point, I forgot when, I did move Oscar to Summoners ages ago. So this is, I mean, this is probably fine. Between, what's it called? Jack Frost's freeze and Oscar's all range weakening that he can also take advantage of. We'll also just slap on some Entertainer's boost, since my Summoner's boost is not that great. Entertainers, I don't remember your icon. The mask, there's probably some sort of trauma mask somewhere, isn't there? There it is. Wow, Entertainers is shit, actually. Never mind. Okay, let's just activate this too. Slot discrimination. Alright, so I feel like I'm missing a boost here of some sort. Filter this by ally point booster, please. I don't have anyone that can equip that AR. That's unfortunate. No one here can equip this one. No one is World or Infernal, but no one can also equip this one because obviously no one's gonna be of in the basic cast guilds. That's kind of sad. Okay, let's just slap in some sort of booster for something else then. Maybe party XP? Oops. Okay. Well, actually, let's just use some boosts on what's called Bohemio for that first bunch, since it's a lot cheaper just for the first batch. Okay, please filter this away. I do not need to see the seeds right now. Please just show me the one I want. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, it was sad and cute at first with Salmon, but it does get annoying when you slap on that equip often enough to hear Salmon crying for how Xiwangmu broke the game beyond a repair. Absence and Vari or even Lucky Cat, free slot was never free, yeah. We are going to do the tall maps. Let's do it. Well, might as well look at what is in the free section. Oh, wow, he does have it in free slot. Okay, I'll go choose Harvey's then. Actually, this guy's ally point. What am I doing? Ally points is not worth farming in these conquests. I'll just bring the resource booster or card XP. All right, we are going to be leveling Bohemio and being carried by some board wipers because. Oh my god, how long have I been in that full screen mode, guys? Please tell me. Like, please. Alright, let's do this.
ここは間を取る。はい、そうどうぞ。はい、このセリフ。ベアハグしよう。
ぶらがってこい。
I'm just moving easier for no reason.
はい、そうどうぞ。はい。
This guy? What's up? Oh, yeah, you talking about your, what's called, Jack Frost? It's something to use, but I don't know. I could go either or, to be honest. I might switch between it. Too busy studying my hailing? Oh, rude.
そうだ。
Just for that, I'm picking Rince now. Rude ass bitch. Rand book whore.
ここ。
Oh, it's good to see these quests are easy enough just with the units I already have.
ここは間を取る。はい。かけかけ。ここは間を取る。はい、このセリフ。ここは間を取る。はい、このセリフ。
ガキ人たち、お腹いっぱいに食べたね。ママ、これを見るのが幸せ。
Okay, last but not least, for the attack quests, we are going to be doing the exact same thing. Let's do this.
ここ。
お色な。
ここは間を取る。
Oh yeah, that's holding enough.
印を詰め。ここは間を取る。はい。
減らします。
ここ。
減らしますせ。
はい。
ガキ人たち、お腹いっぱいに食べたね。
Alright, well, that was fast, as expected. Do I want a team build different from this? I can't really for the other one because Bohemio is not leveled. Maybe I'll try it out to farm much later. But yeah, how will this turn out? We need to survive for 3 turns, I believe. I don't know how much faster that's going to be, but since we're going to be seeing the enemy turn, it might be a bit slower, but also we don't need to see face artifacts as often. I don't know how that'll manifest, though. For the event bonus, it should be the same. It says Oscar is not giving a bonus here. Allegedly, he does give a bonus. It's just that the display is not working properly. We'll see, though.
Okay,
this needs to go. This is actually just slowing down farm.
ここは間を取る。
Just move Oscar so he doesn't get his attack.
ここで君にも。
Damage reversal meta, let's go.
ここは間を取る。ここは間を。ここは間を取る。
Oscar does it. He solves farm quests as well for survival.
そうだ。
It's one turnable too. Can you actually kill him? I mean, it doesn't seem like he took any damage. With the right amount of buffs, is that even worth it? Besides, I'm pretty sure you have to wait for all 3 turns anyways. Well, let's see how much damage he can do. We're facing Xiwangmu. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay, whatever. Let's find out.
ここは間を取る。
This was a mistake. I'm not listening to RB again. Jesus.
ここで君にも踊ってもらう。ここは間。こぼれた。
どずっちまったよ。
ここでここはこぼれた。ここは間を取る。
俺は行方をくれます。風向きが合えば。
It's not even about being worth it. You just brought Xiwangmu and really some bozos. You can't remember when they were gone. You do not have any units for this banner? Are you? I guess you're just saving again for what's it called? Part 2. Oh my gosh, we get to kill your favorite teachers. Oh no, I need to use a drink. Let's use a major for now. Anyway, I don't know if Oscar is gonna be strong enough, and maybe his damage reversal is not even guaranteed, so I'm a bit worried about this. Let's just keep on trying though. I mean, well, he's not a summoner, is he? Large map is not great for tanking though. We don't really have much board-wide tanks. So I guess thank goodness for Bohemio and for Xiwangmu. His exclusive purpose is board-wide amp. Defensively. Alright, let's just go ahead and defensively guard everything again. He does it. Cool game. Okay, it's pretty fast. Honestly, yeah, it might be faster than the base one. Minus the intro sequence telling you there's you need to survive for 3 turns. Not that I'm gonna use drinks or anything to farm this. I don't have any, as you saw. 3 stones. Did you see that? That said 3 stones, right? I'm not hallucinating, right? Maybe I'm hallucinating. Maybe I didn't read it carefully. Did quests always give multiple stones like that, or is that the first time? I don't know, I'm looking at that. That is very nice. Has it always been like that, or is it just this the first time here? Maybe I'm going crazy. Anyways, let me just review the news article just in case I'm forgetting anything. Right, last year I actually forgot to check the shop. I should do that, but yeah, make sure you log in every day, because again, there's gonna be some stuff that you can enjoy. Yeah, so the last thing to check is going to be the shop.
Yokoso! Frosty no gift shop! ってお前かよ。フロスティのぬいぐるみ、お前には売らねえよ。
They're just trying to make you complacent of their dog login bonuses. Maybe, actually. We could probably get like 5 stones every day in a good campaign. Although I remember that one campaign they gave like 1 stone each day. That was something. But yeah, everything's pretty staple here, standard. Level seeds, skill seeds, nothing too surprising. There is going to be just the amount or the attributes for limit breaking just the units involved. Yeah, no, there's nothing fancy here. It's same old, same old. More importantly though, I mean Bohemio, right? Bohemio! Oh my god, he's smiling! He's thick lip. I want to try it out myself. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of coom braining here for a second. Let's get out of here. I will do that on my own time. But yeah, let's go ahead back to my guild. So, that is it for New Semester Part 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough. And, you know, thank you for sending me the luck for Bohemio. Thank you in particular, Harvey, for that curse. That worked out in my favor. I don't know about Jack Frost, if I'll try to hard farm or not. Part 2 should be interesting. It has consistently for the past 3 years always been like a decent amount better than Part 1. So I'll look forward to the power creep. Although, honestly, there's no way they can power creep how like good looking these characters are, at least. So if I'm not too impressed, I just might keep on pulling for the Jack Frost. Because, you know, it's not that I don't want to spend a multi-firm, but it's more like, you know, there could be something better literally just across the horizon. But if there's not, then yeah, I'll just go ahead and use those stones. But yeah, good luck to all of your pulls too. Let me just see the pull results so far. Oh wow, you guys are... I mean, I'm not surprised, but still. Everyone has become one with Jack Frost. But yeah, look forward to a discussion this Sunday. We are going to be talking about all these topics as well as the spring campaign topics. And look forward to a video covering these topics as well sometime after that. And the shorts for the new spring campaign topics should be released sometime alongside the new semester topics for this week. My thoughts on this new semester campaign, it is... I wish they would release more new music. This is like the second or maybe in third time they use this new semester generic song. It's fine, but it's like, you know, it would be more hype if they treated it more like an event. It already has a shop. It already has its own banner. It would be nice if it had its sort of like own music too. But yeah, I think the kits themselves are kind of they're restrained, but they're not bad either. Unlike, you know, new semester part 1 from last year, which was like, what the fuck were they thinking was Prometheus? I don't even know what... Like, Prometheus is one of the worst 5 stars we've ever received, and it baffles me that they would have the audacity to release a skin like that. Meanwhile, both Bohemio and Jack Frost, while restrained in their own rights, still are very strong if you, like, work around them. And that's not trying to, you know, be pushover and just say nice things about everyone. Like, I'm not saying anything about Xiwangmu or Nisroch just because it's, like, it's whatever for them. But Jack Frost being able to move units around, that's a powerful effect. It's only irrelevant if you already have a Xiwangmu or Oscar. I mean, more so Xiwangmu because he already pulls everyone right next to him. But because of that, Jack Frost can enjoy buffers that need to move. So he would pair well with units like Summer Tinlos especially. He can just shelf them to the center of the board, while Tinlos himself can target units. That's normally some sort of exclusivity that Tinlos doesn't work well with. He doesn't usually work well with board wipers, but with Jack Frost he should be able to. With that said, I don't have Tinlos, so I don't know, I'm yapping out my ass. I guess I'm just like talking for Harvey's teams or anyone else who have Tinlos. But yeah, outside of that, Xiwangmu, again, they're just being safe with the percent-based healing. We'll just see if it's effective or not, but I don't think it's too great in terms of just being a single target heal. You know who else has a real good single target heal? Jambovan, his base 4-star. Does anyone use him for that? Nope. He does have defense though, so that is a bit different for Xiwangmu. As for Nisroch, I'm done with compare teams. Like, I have too many options. It's fine. As for the designs, I'm honestly surprised by the selection we received this batch. I was expecting Jack Frost to be what's called released during Christmas. I don't know how they're gonna shoe him into the story for the main quest, given usually Christmas is like in its own separate world in terms of like. Understandably, they're just worried about like the power of Santa Claus and, you know, everyone believing on Christmas for its own sake, not really as a thing that's related to the game. Is anyone from like, yeah, pretty much no one from Santa School has ever been involved with the main quest because like they're not really involved in the game. They don't have a philosophy of trying to, you know, win the trophy or make sure their mythology wins, because the countries like they exist outside of that only at one time a year. I don't know, it's weird. So Jack Frost is kind of weird in terms of inclusion, like, and timing. It's nice that he released this earlier. He makes this banner more hype, but it's also like makes me raise an eyebrow of like how he'd be related to the story. Outside of that, you know, we already know that Bohemio was in that chapter 15 trailer, so very hyped. Unfortunately, he's not divine type, but like I don't know why he would be divine type. He's just some guy. And the others, I mean, Xiwangmu was released during the Mantle event, so that was something. And Nisroch, I heard he like his sprites were found earlier. I don't even know when he debuted though. But yeah, Jack works well with Oscar and Summer Tinlos. Yes, he does. Just keep in mind you can't really shuffle Oscar, but Jack can take advantage of what's called Oscar's weakness on charge as well as his all range weakening, and Arthur too. But yeah, that's it. Again, thank you for joining me, everyone. There will not be a discussion. There will not be another stream for part 2, rather. But yeah, look forward to the stream and the video and the shorts. And best of luck to all of you who are still aiming for Jack Frost or for Bohemio or for any of the other units, Xiwangmu or Nisroch. It may be tough, but this campaign will not be a rewarding stones, never mind. You still have a few tickets in the shop though, so I wish all of you the best. That's all for now, cuties. Catch you next time.